안녕하세요, 여러분. Margo입니다. Hi, everyone. It's Margo. I hope you're doing well. Today, as you can hear and as you can see in the title, today I won't be speaking in French, but in English. Actually, today is a very special episode because it will be an interview. But before we get started, I would like to just make a short introduction in French for my French audience. Du coup, j'espère que vous allez bien. Voilà, comme vous l'avez vu dans le titre, aujourd'hui, ça va être une interview très particulière. Elle va se passer en anglais. Voilà, aujourd'hui, je vais interviewer du coup Peter Knight, l'acteur qui a joué dans Kinnporsche cette année et qui a joué le rôle de Pichan. C'est aussi un acteur qui a fait beaucoup de rôles cette année, qui a fait beaucoup de choses. Donc, j'ai eu la chance de faire une interview avec lui. J'espère que ça va vous plaire. Et du coup, si vous aimez cette interview et que vous aimez ce genre de contenu, n'hésitez pas à le partager, à commenter, surtout si vous êtes sur Spotify. N'hésitez pas à lâcher un max de commentaires. Donc voilà, je pense que c'est à peu près tout. Maintenant, je vais passer sur mon introduction en anglais. Et du coup, je vous souhaite une très très bonne écoute. Okay, I'm back. As you can hear and as you can guess, I am not a native English speaker. So I apologize in advance if I make any mistake during this interview. And yeah, I hope that you will like this interview. It was an amazing interview for me. So yeah, I think that we can get started. Okay.
Okay, right.
Okay. Is it your first podcast?
It is. It
Oh.
is. It is, but yeah, I mean, I'm not nervous or anything like that.
Yeah. I am more nervous, I think, than you. Okay. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this episode. Today is a very special episode. As you can see and as you can hear, today I won't be speaking in French, but in English because today is an interview and I will have a very, very, very special guest. I'm very excited for today's episode. But I think that without further ado, I will just let my guest introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Peter Knight, and I'm an actor. I played the character Chan in the series Kinnporsche.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, Daddy Chan on Twitter.
Daddy Chan, okay.
This is your more like
Daddy Chan. I didn't come up with it or anything like that. I think the fans just gave it to me, so I was like, okay.
It's pretty distinctive. We know that's you. There is no other Daddy Chan than you.
Well,
I don't
you.
think. I think so, at least. So just to start,
Yep.
I just want to say to our audience that this interview will be divided in few parts. We will talk first about you. Then we will talk about Kinnporsche, of course, Kinnporsche.
Okay.
Then I would like to talk a bit about Closer, the play.
Yep.
That you will start in a few days now.
In 2 days.
Oh my God.
To be exact, yeah.
Oh, wow. And then I would like to talk about the movie 13 Lives because I really enjoyed this movie. I watched it yesterday.
Sure.
And finally, we will talk about you and your future projects. And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Fine.
first, but I have to admit that I want to know more about you, and I think that your fans as well.
Yep.
I've made some research about you, but I was not able to find all the answers that I wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that we will start with the basic question, that is, why did you choose to become an actor?
Okay. Why did I choose to become an actor? I didn't actually choose to become an actor. It just kind of happened. I was standing at a bar somewhere, and a guy came up to me and he just asked me if I was interested in, casting for like some commercials, and I said, okay, sure. And I just went to a casting and I didn't get the job, but once I was there, I met a few other agencies who then said, hey, yeah, you got the look that we want, blah, blah, blah. Are you interested? And at the time I was working for my friend for one of his companies, and I was working European times. So basically I was free most of the daytime. So I just went to castings and I just started getting jobs. And then I landed a role in a movie called 407 Dark Flight.
Yeah, I see.
That was my first movie, and I couldn't read Thai at the time. So from that script, I had to teach myself how to read Thai, and then went to act in the film, and it just kind of worked out, and I just kind of fell in love with acting, And I thought, wow, okay, this is something I want to do like forever. And I basically at the time I was like just trying to get roles because I just love doing it so much. It just became a passion. And every time I went to do anything, and whether it's commercial, Lacan, series, film, movies, and music videos, it was just fun, and it just didn't feel like going to work. That's when I knew, this is something I want to do. That's basically how and why.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, because so before you started to get scouts, did you want it to be an actor? Was it even an option, or it only came when you were scouted?
No, I mean, it was always like, okay, a lot of people say, oh, hey, Peter, when I was younger, of course, right? Peter, you're good looking. I was like, oh, yeah. But I didn't really pay attention to it too much, because like it was always an option every time I came to Thailand or anything like that. I wasn't interested in acting as such when I was younger, because I always thought, okay, I need to go to the acting school. I need to go and do this. I need to go and do that. It has to be like this, has to be like that. So I didn't have friends who were actors or anything like that, or anyone to give me advice back in London. I'm originally from London, as you can probably tell.
Yeah. I was thinking, oh, this is British accent.
yeah, it's definitely a British accent.
Okay.
So I was living in London for like 20, 30 years or something. I'm 44 now. So Thai was like my first language. I came to Thailand when I was about 6 months old. And then I stayed here, studied here until I was about 7. And then I moved to London. And then from there, I didn't come back to Thailand until I was like 18. So like 10 years. I disappeared from Thailand, Thai people. My mum's English. So I basically just forgot about Thailand or the Thai language, and predominantly spoke English all the time. So I forgot how to read, I forgot how to write, I forgot how to even speak. I could still understand it to a certain extent, but yeah. And then gradually I, fell back in with the Thai community.
Was it hard to relearn Thai actually?
Well, I could understand it. I suppose I think it's like anything, if you want it bad, but you need to really want it. It's like anything, any skill, anything you want to learn, you need to really want it. And that's the way I was with Thai, and that's the way I am with acting. I want this, and I know it. So that's why it's happened, I think.
If I understand correctly, when you came back to Thailand, you didn't like become an actor actually at the beginning.
I didn't plan to become an actor or anything like that. It just happened. And then it's like you one day you play a sport, and all of a sudden you become good at it. And then you just love it. And then, like, someone buys you a skateboard, you've never skateboarded before, and then all of a sudden you're naturally good and you become a champion at it.
Yeah, I see.
Something like that.
And if you weren't an actor, what would you do actually?
Wow. Okay. If I wasn't an actor, I mean, I've done so many things. I've done sales. I've been working in restaurants half of my life.
Okay.
I've worked for the council. Do you know the council in London?
Yeah, I see.
The government, basically.
Yeah.
What would I do now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to do anything else, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's an answer as well.
Yeah, I don't really have a plan to do anything else. Because if I did, I would be unhappy.
It's your motivation and your drive.
Yeah, I don't want to live my life doing something I don't want to do. So I don't.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And I would like to know if you have any hobbies, things that you like to do in your free time, or maybe things that you would like to learn as well.
Well, every day I'm learning, I suppose. I read scripts. I practice, rehearse lines and stuff like that all the time. Even if I don't have a movie to play or anything, I'm still like have to keep myself active in the process of actually acting because
Oh,
it's like riding a bike. If you don't ride, I mean, you can still do it, but you're not as good. You got to
yeah.
keep yourself sharp, I suppose.
Practice makes you better.
Yeah. And what else? Hobbies? I'm just like a normal guy, to be honest with you. I like to hang out with my friends and stuff like that. Go out, just do the usual stuff. I don't really play sports. I should do though. I go to the gym, exercise, obviously. What else? And I like to be creative. I don't know if you've seen on my profile. I like to do a bit of art and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've seen a bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like to watch movies or listen to music?
Sure, I like house music. I like techno.
Oh, do you have
Yeah.
any artists that you would like to recommend?
Recommend. I'm not
Oh,
sure if you would know them. Solomon, Black Coffee. There are loads and loads. Yeah, just techno DJs. I
mm,
like to go to festivals, and luckily, I like to go to festivals because I went to a festival with Pete Barn from Kinnporsche, and
okay.
that's why it's a funny story, I suppose. It's not a funny story, but yeah, it's a story that if I'd never met people at a festival, I would have never got the role as Chan in Kinnporsche. So
Oh,
that's
really?
a coincidence. Yeah,
Oh, wow. The timing was perfect. So you met him
perfect.
at a festival. It was a Thai
What?
festival?
No, no, no. It was a music festival.
Oh, but in Thailand?
No, it's
No?
in Liverpool,
Oh, okay.
Creamsfield. I went with him. I met him in London.
Oh, okay.
Um, it was just like a once opportunity to meet him, but like he was a friend of a friend, and I heard him speaking that he was going to go to a festival, and so I just said, oh wow, yeah, I want to go there. And I didn't have a friend to go with, so I thought, yeah, I'll go with you, and I
Oh.
just went with him, had a great time. After that, I didn't hear from him for like a year, and then all of a sudden he messages me and he just says, "Are you interested? Or I'd like you to be involved in this project." And it was the character Chan, and I said, "Wow, okay, yes, let's do it."
You might have been pretty shocked when you received the message, no? After a year
um,
of nothing and suddenly
yeah, I mean,
this big
a
news.
year of nothing. I was like, "Who's this guy? Who is this guy messaging me, asking me to play a role?" I don't remember him, but then, obviously, I'm trying to go into my Instagram, see if I've, you know,
If you,
am I friends with a guy called
yeah.
Barn? Um, and then one of our mutual friend messaged me and then told me, "Oh, it's the guy that you went to the festival with." And I was like, "Oh, okay, great, all right, excellent." So it was just, yeah, it was a coincidence, and it was meant to be.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. The timing was perfect. You were meant to be Pichen. And it's a pretty good like transition for the second part that is about Kim Porsche and your experience. Because I'm very
Yeah.
curious about a lot of things with your characters. First of
Okay.
all, I would like to know a bit of your overall experience with Kim Porsche. How was it?
Um, yeah, it was fun. I got to meet loads of a lot of new people,
Mm-hmm.
working environment, or the Kim Porsche kids, as I call them, because obviously they are a lot younger than I am, and yeah, they are all very pleasant, well mannered young men, I suppose, and Yeah, it was a great time. The team is top class. The scenes, as you can see, the
Yeah. Yeah,
cinematography,
yeah.
the everything is well thought out. The director is great. The producers are great.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to say in terms of like, there wasn't any problems on set or anything like that. But yeah, the working environment wise, it was perfect to me.
As an outsider, I feel that it's more like a family. From my point of view,
Yes.
as at least, it seems like a big family. Like as I
Yes, I
can see.
mean, obviously they have a production company. They are a new production company.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have all the inside information on their company because I'm a freelance actor
Mm-hmm.
that the company has contacted to act for them in a series. But obviously they have the young man as Miles, Apple, and the rest are all like beyond cloud artists,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. So you have like Peacock who plays Kun Gon, and
Mm-hmm.
you have Kun Gun, and
Yes.
myself, and I believe Anita, but I don't know her what if she's signed with Beyond Cloud or not. But I mean, I believe I could be wrong, but I believe us three at the very least are freelance actors.
Mm-hmm.
To make up for the different characters. Yeah, but it was great. The team is great. I don't really have anything bad to say about anything there in terms of like working environment. Yeah, it was all fun, enjoyable, relaxed. And
Yes. Yes.
that's
Yes.
that's the type of environment I want to be working in all the time, which is difficult because when you work in an environment that is great, and then all of a sudden you're working in an environment which is not so great, it can become
Yeah.
tough.
A huge shock.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know because I've made some research, but I was not able to find it. Were you part of the first version of Kinnporsche?
I don't believe so. I have seen some pictures where they had other actors. I don't know what happened with that, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I don't really ask too much questions.
So
If I'm given a role, I don't really know about what's happened in the past or anything like that. I'm not too involved in that.
so you weren't like you didn't play any character in the first version, but you only get scouted for the second version.
Yes.
Yes.
I assume that's because I didn't know anybody, you know.
Mm,
That's my only assumption. Sometimes it's basically they had the first version. I think they changed teams. I don't know too much about that, but I believe there was a different team. So I don't know if team one had this version and then team two had this version. I don't know how it all worked, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think there was another P-Chan. I've seen pictures. But yeah, it
so
is what it is.
I like your character. I think you play quite a good Pichanas actually, because I know what's in
I
the
hope
book.
so.
I know what's in the book, and when I was like reading some part of it, I was
Right.
imagining you as Pichan. So yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay. I fit the bill then.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, we'll talk a bit later about that because I have a lot of things to say about Pichan. But first, I would like to know a bit more like how did you prepare yourself for Pichan? Because the character is in the book. There is some character in the drama that are not in the book, such as Ken, for example, that's not in the book. But Pichan was in the book. So I would like to know, did you read the book to prepare yourself?
Honestly, no, I did not read the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I was given information that he's a head bodyguard, and then I basically just used my imagination for the rest.
Okay.
Um, like obviously, if there was and obviously the team, they would have read all the books, and they all everything's worked closely. If I was a character that they didn't think was correct, they would have told me. So,
Yes.
I went in there, I just did my thing, and And if it wasn't P-Chan, I'm sure someone would have said, hey, this is not like, I think you need to be a bit more this, or I think you might have needed to be a bit more that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So if I wasn't the character that they think was P-Chan, they would have told me. So I just went in there straight. I just took all the information of what I think a head bodyguard protecting like a family. I took all that information and I just, imagined this is how it would be.
But actually, it's interesting because you didn't read the book, but actually you portrayed Pichan quite accurately, even though you didn't read the book. Because I read it and I know some things, so I think that you will learn some stuff about Pichan today. But
I mean, I just think that someone who's going to do all that stuff, what he does, is going to be like super serious, and he's not going to be messing about or be smiley or a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's just like at the end of the day, every single character in every single movie ever, apart from fantasy, they're all human beings,
mm-hmm.
And like P-Chan is basically like I just got, it's basically my dad. My dad is like super strict, and when he walks into the room, like, if you see him and the looks he gives, people are going to get scared. So I just basically copied my dad, and that's it.
You took inspiration from real life.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not trying to be anyone. P-Chan's P-Chan, and he's going to do his job. He's there. He's not there to mess about. He's in a working environment. He's not going to be messing about. He's going to be doing his work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it, really. And when I did that, no one told me anything, and so I just carried on doing it. So that's it. That's why you have that.
And did you attend to like workshop?
No.
Did you? No. And for the physical training, because there is a lot of action scenes.
My action scenes, just on the last one, to be honest. I mean, I only really have like 2. I think that's I climb out of a car. I mean, I don't think that was too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It was going fast. If I fell out, I would have hurt myself. But but yeah, I mean, that wasn't too hard. The last scene, the ending scene, that was, I mean, I had about an hour or 2 just to like the choreography of like where to move, where to go. I mean, I've done movies or series where I've had to use a gun, shoot people, and run here and run there before. So I kind of understand how it works. So all I really need to know is just like who do you want me to kick first? Who do you want me to punch? Who do you want me to shoot? Tell me where to go. So it's like if you have already some sort of basic understanding about scenes and stunts and stuff, it doesn't really take that long to actually, unless they have a particular choreography that they want to teach you, then that's different. But for that scene, they didn't. So, and luckily for me, it was okay. It wasn't too difficult to understand. Okay, you want me to go here, you want me to go there, and then turn around, shoot this guy, shoot that guy. So it was not simple, but it was doable in the time frame that they gave me.
What's the favorite thing that you shoot? One that you really liked, or one that was more memorable?
Scenes.
Yeah, scenes.
Oh, right. Okay. I have 2 really. The first scene that I just come in, and that was quite fun to do because I knew they would have, there was quite a few ways I could have played that scene when I, in episode 2, where I come into the room.
Yes.
And I knew that these guys would be shocked when I just scream out loud. And to stop. So I knew, and because the actors have never worked with me before, so I knew I was going to shock them with my voice. And and the part where the last episode, where I speak with Bible
in English.
Yeah. So I knew right away that like me and Bible had to come up with something to speak. It wasn't in the script.
Oh, so it was improvised.
Yeah, it was improvised. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna say. What are you gonna say? And he's gonna say this, and I said, yeah, all right, I'm doing this. The cigarette scene, I was like, Pipan, let's do this. Let me do this. Let me have a cigarette before I die. He said, yeah, I mean, as I said, the production team, they are very creative. They allow for the actors to be creative.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, And for me, I just thought, okay, it's going to look cool. It's going to be great. And some people might not like it. I don't know, but I just think that it's going to be cool. Let's try it.
This scene was impactful, I think, and it was quite interesting for the people who've read the book. Actually, it was quite interesting. It made a contrast between the book and the drama. I really like this scene, actually, the scene when you smoke your cigarette. But I have a few theory about that, actually. We were talking about the last scene, and I have my own theories about that as well. I honestly, for me, I don't think that Pichan died.
Right.
I don't know if you can tell anything, but
yeah, go on, speak first.
Because I've read the book, and because I know that there is huge differences between the book and the drama. There is huge differences, but in the logical of the character of Pichan is very important. Is very, very important, and for Pichan there is more to meet the eye. Actually, he's not just a bodyguard. He's the most trusted man of Korn. He's not anyone. So I can't imagine that he died just at episode 14. For me, it's not possible.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, a lot of people have asked me this question. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if he's dead or not.
That would be a surprise.
I suppose they leave it to, like, they left it open for interpretation, because I mean they could easily bring him back because you don't really see a dead body.
That's right.
It just depends on, it wasn't like the character Ken with his chopped off his head. It'd be impossible to bring Ken back now.
Yes,
I think personally. I don't know if they can if they could choose. Yeah, exactly. Frankenstein. I don't know. But in terms of Chan, I mean, if they decide, it depends. It's all up to Beyond Cloud if they choose to bring him back or not. I have no idea.
I hope that I will see you in season 2.
I hope so.
And I think that if Pichan comes back, he will have like more scenes because it will be more interesting, even more than now. I think it's only my theory.
I hope so. I hope so. I think I hope it's a great character, and give me more action scenes. So that's all I need. That's all I need. Don't let me talk. Just let me do a few lines in English and then do some action stunts.
So among all the scenes that you've done, you prefer action scenes?
Yeah. I think it's more fun to play. I mean, I can do other stuff as well, but I don't really want to be just standing around all the time.
I see. And in more general, how did Kinnporsche affect your life? Because obviously it affected your life, but to what extent?
Well, to be honest, I mean, apart from gaining a huge fan base.
You're starting to have a big fan base overseas. International fans.
It seems that way. It looks like it, yes, which I'm very, very grateful for. But in terms of affecting my life, nothing's really changed that much in terms of how I feel. I'm not really getting too much. I think it would be different for the boys. for the Mao and Abo and the rest of the Kinnporsche team. It's different with them. As I said, I'm just a freelance actor, so I just go and work on different projects, but I don't think it's really affected my life in terms of like a big change or anything. No.
Okay. I saw that recently you created a Twitter, your first account, and now you have like almost 50K, I think. No, 40K.
40K, yeah.
That's huge. Only what, a week?
A week?
Few weeks?
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge, actually. That's a great achievement.
Yeah. I mean, someone just suggested it to me to create one, and obviously the way the world is now, being known and being in the social media thing, it helps. If it helps my career and it's going to help me, I don't know, gain more roles, or people know, because obviously people need to know who you are for them to call you to go and work for them, right?
Yeah,
so
totally.
That's my only take on it. Okay, so I do that. Hopefully people will come knocking and say, hey, do you want to play this role? Do you want to play that role? And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to like be an actor, to entertain people, to play roles. And if that's what I need to do to give me the opportunity to do that, then I'll do whatever it takes to do what I have to do.
But obviously Twitter was a good idea, because Instagram is, it's good, but it's not the best, I think, if you want to be discovered. Twitter is the best, and TikTok as well is good. TikTok is the best way to get discovered, but TikTok is very different for the other media, so you have to start kind of from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, with TikTok, I'm probably not gonna do that because I don't know what to do on TikTok. I don't want to like turn on the video and start dancing in front of the video.
Don't worry, it's not only dancing now. Yeah, there is it was at the beginning dancing. As well, I didn't want to go on TikTok first, but then I realized that it's very important to go there if you want to get discovered. But I understand I was like that at first. I thought that it was only for 14-year-olds, like teenagers dancing and singing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just see how it goes. I'm not going to be too. I think like right now, I've just started playing Twitter, so I don't. If in the future, maybe I'm not going to say no. But as I said, I never thought I'd play Twitter, so you never know.
And the community of like the Kinnporsche community is quite active on Twitter, actually.
Oh, right, yes.
Even more than Instagram, I think.
Right. Okay. Do you mean clips of Kinnporsche? Yeah.
Not necessarily, but like tweets in general. There is a huge community on Twitter talking about Kinnporsche. I don't know if you're aware of it, but a few weeks like Kinnporsche trended like #1 in a few countries for Kinnporsche episode 15, but there is no episode 15. But the fans made it trend.
Right. They demand. They demand. Yeah, I think I saw that somewhere. Episode 15. Yeah,
and some fake posters of oh my god. I see that you're quite busy these days, because even not these days, actually this year, because you've done a lot of projects. You've been in Kinnporsche and a movie that we'll talk about a bit later, and like you're about to be in a play, Closer.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested about this play because I was not able to find a lot of information in English, actually. And I would like to know a bit more about this play, because I know that you will start to play in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
And it will be like for almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, all the month of August.
Just basically the whole month. Well, 21 days, I think. Wow. 21 days. Yeah. There's 3 casts, though. There's 3 different casts. So each cast play roughly around 7 days.
Oh, so you're not all playing at once?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like four people in the play at once. So there's like 12 overall actors, and each day there will be 4 actors, 2 girls and 2 boys. There's 4 characters. The characters' names is Larry, Dan, Alice, and Anna. And the play is basically it's an old play. It's actually, there's a movie with Jude Law, Clive Owen, Julia Roberts, and Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I've seen that somewhere.
It is basically that film translated into Thai.
Oh, okay.
Scene-wise, I mean, acting-wise, just depends on the actor. I mean, it doesn't mean that we're going to act the same way as the movie. You know, just depends. Everyone's got their own different interpretation, different emotions, and you know, that's pretty much it, really. It's tough to play because it's so emotional, and you need to bring your energy, enthusiasm, and all of that takes a lot of energy, concentration, because a lot of it is dialogue based. Yes. So there's not like a lot of action wise. You know, it's a lot of talking. So if you don't bring it, like your being, it becomes boring and it becomes stale, because you know, people are just saying words, right, and not really meaning it. And when you say something that you mean, that takes concentration, and that also takes energy. So you know, we're not going to go on stage just to talk lines, you know?
I guess that it's more difficult to be in a play than in a drama, like Corn.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Because it's live.
It's live, and it's long. When you're in the scene, even though, you know, there's different cuts, there's different takes, you know, you can say the same thing 1,000 times. Not that that's a good thing, but if, you know, if the director's not happy with what you just showed, you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again until they're happy with it, and then that's it, you know. But with theatre, you get one chance to impress the audience, to tell this story, you know. You get one chance only, and you can't just say, I forgot my lines, you know.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly, you know, the show must go on. So it's just something that you have to, just to make it great. You know, obviously we do this to entertain, and we do this to, you know, I do this to prove to myself that I can do it, you know. So
because it's your first play. Is it your first play?
It's my first play in Thai. Wow. In Thai,
but you've already done it in English, for example?
I've done a play before in English, which I didn't have any problems with, because I speak English better than I speak Thai. And I mean, I would say I'm about 95% in Thai, but 100% in English.
Yeah, you know? Okay, I see.
So I think quicker in English, I react quicker in English.
So it's kind of a challenge.
It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. And obviously with the language being a tonal language, Thai is a tonal language, information that, you know, the information that you're trying to get across is different to English.
Were you scouted for this play, or did you attend to auditions?
Well, luckily, you know, I'm very lucky. Luckily, I met Kruning, who is also an acting coach for the actors in Kinnporsche.
Oh, okay.
So I met Kruning. Kru means teacher. Okay. And her name is Ning. And I met Kruning at on set one day, and we just spoke, and we got on, and asked, I wouldn't mind, I'd be interested in playing something like theatre, and then she just called me and she just told me, yeah, you interested? And I said, okay, let's do it. That's pretty much it. So I've been very lucky in meeting people and then them giving me roles, so to speak. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty much all for the play. I find it quite interesting because I wanted to assist to the play, but obviously I can't because I live in France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any streaming or anything like that going on.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Not like the concerts of
Nah,
Kinnporsche.
not like that. Nah. It would be good, I suppose. Then maybe they should give it a chance. Stream the play. Why not?
Yeah.
Let's see. But obviously I'm not what's the word? I'm not the bosses. I'm just an actor.
And you have another project that you have done, and I would like to know a bit more about your schedule between the 3 works that you've done: the movie that we'll talk now, the play, and the drama. Did the schedule overlaps between the 3?
No.
No.
I was lucky. I filmed 13 Lives last year.
Oh, okay. It was already filmed. Okay.
Yeah, and then when I got back, it's Kinnporsche, and then after Kinnporsche, the play started. So it didn't.
The timing was great.
Timing was perfect.
So I would like to talk a bit about 13 Lives because I really, really like this movie. I watched it yesterday, and I know that you attend to the premiere in Thailand, right?
Yep.
Maybe for our audience who didn't watch the movie, can you tell them a bit more about the movie?
Well, basically, it's based on a real life story of the 12 boys and the coach.
Yes.
That went into the cave after a football match, the soccer match, and they went into the cave and they got stuck and was saved by the guys Rick Stanton and John Valanton. The movie is based on the rescue.
Yeah, it's obviously a real case.
It's definitely a real case, and it's a story that captured the world. You know, everyone was like watching it, and you know what was happening, and yeah, that's pretty much it, really. And the film is based on the rescue.
Yes.
It's more focused on the actual rescue itself. You know, how it happened, what it was like, and all of it that you will see when you watch the film.
Yeah. For our listeners, just in case, this movie just like it was available only like a few days ago on Amazon Prime. There was a few premiere in the US, I think the UK, and in Thailand, and it was directed by Ron Howard. So he's a very, very famous director. So how was the overall experience during the shooting of the movie? Because you played in it the role of the Captain Bass.
Yeah. When I got the role, I went to cast for this role in Thailand. I didn't know about the film because usually when you go casting, they don't give you all the information. So I didn't really know. I knew it was like a cave film rescue. So I kind of thought, okay, they're making a film about the cave rescue. I knew that, you know, common sense, you know, it's logical. I didn't think it was about, you know, it's Ron Howard was going to be involved or anything. So I went to do the casting. They called me back after the first cast. They asked me, yeah, we're going to do another casting. And I said, oh, okay. But you're going to cast with the director, Ron Howard. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, okay, that's big. And I didn't even bother to like read the script that day because I was thought, okay, well, I've done the casting already before. What more could I like do, you know? So I didn't bother reading the script. But when I knew Ron Howard was like gonna be there, I was like, where's the script? Where is the script? I need to look at it again. I need to look at it.
Oh my God.
So, but he's a great guy, very nice, very humble, and easygoing. So he made me relax quite a bit. So when I got the role, which of course I was super excited, they told me I'm going to fly off to Australia for 3 months, which was great. The best time. I'm sure you can check out my Instagram reels.
Yes, I've seen that a few days ago. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it was an amazing time. I met, I worked alongside like loads of amazing people. And when I got there to film the actual film, on the first day, obviously, even though Ron is a great guy and everything like that, which he is, I was still nervous, because that would be the first time, the first day I went to work with them, I was working with Viggo Mortensen, so I was playing next to him, and the part where we walked down and I said, this is her mountain, Nang Non Mountain, that part where, we're coming out of the cave, that was the first day for me.
The Sleeping Princess.
The Sleeping Princess, that was the first day shoot for me. So they threw me in the deep water straight away. There wasn't like an easy scene where, I didn't have to speak and just, get used to the cast or anything like that. They threw me in and I had to speak straight away with Viggo and act with Viggo. So automatically the nerves but again, Viggo, Colin, Paul, Tom, Joel, all the actors in the film, they're all super, super nice guys and easy to work with. There wasn't any big ego, like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing? No. Everyone was really nice. And so with that, obviously makes it a lot easier. There's no pressure. I mean, obviously there's pressure to do well, but there's no unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
And
I thought that the movie was entirely filmed in Thailand, but obviously not.
No. There's parts. I mean, I'm not too sure how. If you put it into percentages, I'm not sure how much you. In Australia, when we went to film on set, there's there's huge sets.
Yes.
They created a cave basically. They created a cave. They created an underwater diving, so where all the divers can actually dive in safe conditions, where they can actually film in safe conditions also. Predominantly filmed in Australia. I'm sure some shots are filmed in Thailand. I couldn't tell you which shots or which scenes, but yeah.
Okay. And finally, for 13 Lives, do you have any funny moments during the shooting of the film, or funny experience?
Not really any funny experience. I mean, those, there's
a memorable one.
Everything was memorable because it was my first Hollywood movie that I've been in. So I was just like a child at Christmas, like wow. I mean, even the sets, even the way people are working, and the crew, and it's not just about like the superstars or anything like that. It's just about everything, the whole experience, the whole you're working with like top class, international, world class team. So everything is like bam, 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 bam. It's like everything's professional, and you're just like, wow. Even the food, you're like, wow. So nice. Can I get more? So everything was memorable. Everything, the costume people, the hairstylists, everyone's like just great. I think the reason being is because everyone's working in the top of the, the chain here, everyone's
Yes.
happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, so that means that everyone's like just super happy. Everyone is trying to achieve the same goal. So there's no like, what's the word? Yeah, everyone's just happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that energy is just like, it just rubs off on everyone else,
Mm-hmm. I see. So
Yeah.
you've been pretty lucky with your project this year, because for Kinnporsche, it was pretty much a good environment of working, as well as in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been lucky, just full stop.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got here, to be honest with you. I can only put it down to luck, and obviously determination on my part to actually
hard work.
get some. But I don't think I would be here without luck either.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly can say that. I feel, I've been in series before 13 Lives.
Mm-hmm.
I was considering, I wasn't getting roles and nothing was coming, nothing was happening. And I was like, okay, this is it, I don't know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden I get the role. So yeah, I didn't act for like about almost a year.
Okay.
And nothing was happening for me. And not even small roles, not even like a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden I was ready to like give it up, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't want to, but I wasn't too optimistic about my future in acting. And I was like, okay, I need to concentrate on, if it's not happening, I need to start thinking about doing something else now. And then all of a sudden it happens. So it just goes to show that anything can happen at any given time. Lucky definitely is the word.
But 13 Lives actually was more like a sign to tell you not to give up, kind of.
Yeah, possibly. I came back from 13 Lives and I was like, oh man, what am I going to do now? I've just filmed 13 Lives. How do I get more jobs and how do I get more roles? And then all of a sudden, Kinnporsche comes along and just takes me off. And then all of a sudden, after Kinnporsche, all this fan base just came, and that I think has helped. And it's been good so far since I've been back.
I hope it will continue like that. I'm very happy for
I
you.
hope so.
I would like to see you more. Maybe in other movies, for example. It would be great.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Now that you've played in an international movie, it will be easier for you to have like other roles.
Well, I mean, it just depends, really. I mean, a lot of international movies, again, it's international. If you're not in the country, I think a lot of actors have this problem, unless you're like a huge superstar where you're in demand, where they say, okay, this is the guy I want. It's pretty hard if you're not like an international superstar, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but you have luck on your side.
I have luck on my side, but let's hopefully it takes me that far.
Yeah, we can dream about that. I think it might be possible actually, because you're pretty much a native English speaker.
Yes,
so it might open some doors.
Game of Thrones or something like that.
A huge thing. And now that we are talking a bit about your projects, do you have any projects now, new project that will be coming?
Yes, is a new, it's but it's a small role, but it's called God Soldier.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it'll be showing, if it's going to go to the streaming or Netflix or Amazon or Disney. I'm not sure about all of that yet because I don't have the details. All I know is the film's called God Soldier, and I should be filming in September.
Okay.
But it's a small role. It's an American film. It will be starring William Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all the information I have in regards to the new film for now. I'm sure once I have more, I'll probably post it up or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see.
Okay. It's great that you're already playing in something else. That you don't have delays and you're already playing in something else and so on and so on and so on. Just you continue playing.
That's it. That's what I want to do. Continue playing, continue acting, continue to do what I love, you know. That's all I want.
And I would like to ask you a last question for this part, the part about your project. Do you have anything that you would like to achieve in the near or the long future?
For now, just basically be able to continue acting and to get more roles. That's really the only goal I have, to be honest. Anything else is just it's not on my mind.
I can see that you're very passionate.
That's it, you know. That's all I'm here to do. So I want to do what I want to do, you know. If you don't do what you want to do, then it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
And do you have anything that you would like to say to your fans, French fans or international fans?
Well, again, I think I've said this before, you know, I want to say to the fans that, you know, obviously I appreciate the amazing support. I truly do, because otherwise, you know, I mean, that's why I upload all these drawings that they draw for me, and you know, I answer all and I like all their comments, and because I truly appreciate their support, you know. I'm not just saying, I love you guys, but and then I talk to the fans. I communicate with them. I interact with them, because without them, I'm doing what I do for them. So it doesn't make sense to me not to interact with them. So yes, to the fans, love you guys. Amazing support. Thank you.
But I think that the fans feel that you're very, how do you say that? You take time for your fans. And I think that is a very good thing. People can feel.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to do, you know, just trying to let them know, because again, as I said, without them, if I didn't have fans, then what is the point?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So if they're your fans, I feel that, you want to like show them that you appreciate it. So I do that. So I don't think I can do any more. I mean, obviously to a certain extent. I mean, I do get requests to like read them bedtime stories, which is probably not doable. Yeah, I'll have to like
maybe an audible
that. Yeah, maybe an audio book. Yeah, I could do that. Definitely.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for being here, Peter.
No problem.
It was very interesting. I really like this interview. I really look forward to listen to it again. Yeah, that was very interesting. Thank you again. And I hope that
so much.
I hope that we'll be able to see you more in Kinnporsche season 2, maybe.
Hopefully.
Or other movies and Lacorn and other projects. Yeah, I wish you all the best, really, for this year and next year. And I think that's pretty much all for this interview. Firstly, I would like to thank again Peter Knight for this amazing interview. Thank you very much, Peter. I really enjoyed this interview, and so thank you again for this amazing interview. For my audience, I hope that you liked this interview. I hope that it was interesting, that you liked it. And if you like this interview and you like my content, or if you like the podcast in general, if you have a little bit of time, don't hesitate to like this episode. If you're listening on Spotify, you can leave comments under this episode. It helps a lot, the episode and the podcast in general. If you want to help as well, you can share this episode with your friends on the social media and so on. And actually, it's one of my favorite episodes that I've made so far, and I hope that you liked it as well. So if you have a little bit of time, don't hesitate to support me and support this interview and the podcast in general. And just in case you want to find Peter on social media, because I forgot to talk about that during the interview, you can find him on Instagram and on Twitter. I will put everything on the description box, so don't worry about that. If you want to find him on social media, we'll put everything. And if you want to find me on social media, I am on Instagram and I am as well on TikTok. So I will put my social media as well on the description box. Yeah, I think it's pretty much all for the English part, and I think that I will continue in French for my French audience. Du coup voilà, l'interview est terminée, j'espère que ça vous a plu, vraiment c'était incroyable, j'ai adoré cette interview, j'ai passé un super bon moment, j'espère que ça vous a plu, franchement je pense pas que vous vous attendiez à ce genre de choses. Donc voilà, j'espère que vous avez appris des choses et franchement si cet épisode vous a plu et vous avez apprécié notre travail, n'hésitez pas vraiment à laisser un maximum de commentaires en dessous de cet épisode-là sur Spotify, à noter le podcast et surtout à partager cet épisode parce que plus il est partagé, plus justement il est mis en avant. Donc voilà, n'hésitez pas à le partager un maximum avec vos amis ou sur internet, peu importe, sur les réseaux sociaux, vraiment ça aide énormément l'épisode et le podcast en règle générale. J'adore aussi vos commentaires, donc n'hésitez pas à en laisser, ça me fait vraiment plaisir, j'adore les lire et les découvrir. J'adore me réveiller le matin et me dire « Ah, est-ce qu'aujourd'hui il y a des commentaires qui ont été mis ?» J'adore ça. Donc voilà, et je voulais aussi faire un petit remerciement. Premièrement, je voulais remercier 2 personnes en particulier qui m'ont accompagnée durant ces grandes vacances qui ont été assez longues. Je voulais remercier Tati Queen et je voulais remercier Christelle pour m'avoir accompagnée et m'avoir aidée durant les mois qui sont passés. Christelle et Tati Queen m'ont vraiment beaucoup épaulée et aidée et guidée, que ce soit pour la création de mails, que ce soit pour tout en fait, pour les moments de doute et ce genre de choses. Donc merci beaucoup, je tenais vraiment à vous remercier les filles. Donc voilà, je voulais vous remercier, c'est un petit point que je voulais faire. Et voilà, je pense que c'est à peu près tout. J'espère que ça vous a plu vraiment. Franchement, c'était ma première interview en anglais et ouais, j'ai adoré faire ça. Donc n'hésitez pas vraiment à me dire si vous avez aimé, si vous aimez ce concept ou pas. Et puis voilà, écoutez, je pense que c'est à peu près tout pour moi.